Hey guys, it's Holly with the Little Suburban Garden, coming at you for our second garden tour. Little change, not a ton of change, but a little change, and I'm excited to show you guys. Alright, here we are. Do you see how well our green beans are growing? That's them coming up here. We're pretty excited. Those are the purple potted ones. And look, let's see if I can show you guys. The sunflower. Where is it? There it is. I swear it just gets prettier and prettier. The bees are loving it too, which is attracting pollinators. So, alright, so as you can see, our cucumber vines are doing amazing. Let's see if I can find one. Oh, I know in here somewhere. There we go. This little one's coming in. It's gonna be our first one of the year, hopefully. We had a hard time getting these going. We kept having roly-polies eat them, so that was a bit unfortunate. And as you can see, we still have a lot of time on our hands. Some of it's kind of dying a bit, so I really need to harvest this and just dry it, which will be done eventually. Here are our new dragon tongue beans. I think they were barely anything, if anything, last time you guys saw. So they're finally growing now, along with our squash. I believe that was a yellow squash. This big guy, I told you it was a zucchini. I was wrong. We have our first yellow squash of the season growing, and it does look like it got pollinated, I think. So hopefully it just continues to grow and get even better. All right, we've still got our Swiss chard going on underneath here. Honestly, I really need to harvest it. Do something with that, probably for dinner tonight. Not entirely sure what I'll do, but something yummy, because it's getting pretty big, as you can see. We even have more too. That's in our green stock, and that's pretty big as well. I remember, oh, that's a bean. Bruce got a little bean crazy and just kind of planted them all around. So that's what those are. This is our butternut squash, or we think it's the butternut squash. It's vining kind of along back there, doing pretty good. As you can see, our strawberries here have died off. I mean, if they're dead, we'll survive. They weren't that great anyways, and they weren't in the best spot. So we have more, and we'll figure that out. And my favorite part, our tomatoes. Can you see this? Oh my gosh. Look at these. They're huge. Like, I mean, I couldn't even hold two of these. That fits my whole palm. So this one's even bigger. We are so excited. And speaking of tomatoes, if I bring you over here to our cherries, these are our rosellas, and you can see they're starting to blush. So this shows a pretty good example. None of them are ripe yet, but you can see the really green ones here, that's just starting to blush, and these are more blush, but they're gonna be kind of a deeper, kind of a reddish plum sort of color. So they still have a ways to go. Our blue cream, I'm sorry guys, the lighting just isn't great. It's the middle of the day. It's extremely hot out here. So sorry for not the best lighting. Gotta do things while the kid's asleep. You parents know how that goes. All right, our onions are still growing here. As you can see, we have this little empty spot. It was sticking up. Bruce just decided to pull it and see exactly how it looked. Our basil is getting huge. Oof. I'm gonna make probably some pesto, possibly today. If not today, then tomorrow. So I'll probably harvest that in a bit. Our zucchini plant is still growing great. Nothing too exciting to show you here. Bruce harvested the zucchini off it last night. Nasturtiums slowly trailing their way up there. These, I mean, these are what they are. We're getting ready to pull these. I think there's a few beans. Here we go. That one's a pretty good size. It doesn't have a lot of anthocyanin. I think it's partially because it's just not getting quite enough sun due to the petunias that are up there. We have a little one there, but you're not big enough to pick yet. I know we picked a couple and gave them to the child. She was pretty excited. That one's got some good anthocyanin in it, but still not quite big enough. Oh, here we go. That's a pretty big one. We don't usually let them get that big, but we'll still probably eat it and do something with it. Ooh, hello. I found them now. Just go ahead and harvest all these here. Ooh, more. Maybe I'll do something with Swiss chard and beans tonight. So, got a good little handful. Enough for one person at least. There might be more hiding. I'll check that out. Okay, did I mention it's hot out here? It's, I hope you can't see me sweating because it's pretty miserable. We've got that humidity and I don't know, it says it's 86. Our thermostat that we keep in the garden broke, so I'm not entirely sure what it is in the sun, but it's melty. Let's just put it that way. Okay, now this little plant of mine took a little beating. The little munchkin decided to pull off all of the tomatoes, so that was unfortunate, but we've got some coming back and coming in. Well, maybe she didn't take all of them. She took most of them off this plant. Our white tomato plant, though, she did take all of them, but we've got some growing. Been finding some hornworms on this. This seems to be one of their choosing, one of the ones they like better, I guess. But we haven't found any in a couple days, so that's great. These are Armenian white cucumber melons. We're really excited about those. They're supposed to be really good. They get pretty big, so that should be some good stuff. Okay, I had to come back. I realized I didn't even show you our Kajari melons. Look, we've got two. This one is a little bit bigger. Oh my gosh, they're looking so good. I'm excited. Okay, I've been pretty excited to show you these. These are the purple potted beans, but they're getting bigger and they're actually turning purple. This one you can still see it's got the green. Ooh, there's a big bee flying around here. Okay, don't worry, you can have the pollen. You can't see them that great, but they look like they're gonna be really good producers. We've got stuff just popping up everywhere. So a bit bigger than those tiny little things you saw last time. And then, ooh, I see a blackberry. Are you ready? Can you see that? Ooh. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. My very own blackberry. I don't get many of these. The child gets a lot of these, so. It's a bit tart, but a bit sweet too. I've heard that they are better if you let them get dull in color instead of shiny, but we keep losing them to the birds, so I just kind of took my chance and went for it. Oh, so here is our onion that Bruce decided to pull. As you can see, it's really not that big. It's just a little one. We're just kind of letting it dry out a little bit out here. Our first onion, so we're learning. Learn with us. So our strawberries here are still doing a little something. We haven't been getting nearly as many. These are newer plants we got from Baker Creek, these three in the front. And then these we got actually in like some drink kit thing. We got it from, I don't remember, but it had the seeds to grow the stuff and then it had recipes for drinks, which I don't think we ever made any of them. We just kind of grew the seeds and started gardening instead. Now this blackberry bush, whatever you call it, not a bush. I call it a bush. It has some gorgeous flowers. So hopefully we'll be seeing some gorgeous blackberries soon. My little pot, it looks like only my zinnias are sprouting. I put some, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Globe Gilia, and some lemon bee balm in there as well. But I don't think it's really doing anything. I guess we'll find out. I didn't think my bee balm was doing anything back there, and now it's looking fabulous. All right, our blueberry bush is definitely producing some blueberries. A little upset right now though. As I'm looking at this, I noticed there were 2 that were just about ready, and now they are nowhere to be found. So birds must have gotten those too. If you have advice to help us keep the birds from our berries, please let me know. Okay, so last time you saw this bed, we just amended it and put a few transfers in it. So now you can see, I think I mentioned how we had planted some seeds. So these are all dragon tongue beans. So we're gonna be eating a lot of beans here soon. And then we did a video when we amended this bed. It was all of our carrots. These were some things that were already in there. So we've got a melon here, another melon here. I don't remember what they are. This is just the pink celery still. I want to save the seeds, so we're just letting it flower and dry out so we can do that. That is a squash. I don't remember what kind. And same with this one over here. We've got some more, I think these are kajaris growing up the trellis here, and then more of the purple potted beans coming this way. We had these with the carrots in the bed, but they just weren't really doing much. So we amended the soil, added some compost to it, and hopefully it's going to be a lot healthier and is going to help those start growing better. All right, our green stalk here is really filling out, as you can see. I've got my lovely volunteer zinnia. The tomato plant is still doing well here. This is, I said I had more Swiss chard, so yeah, definitely need to harvest some of that. Along with our flowers, we've got our mini pepper here. Sorry, I'm like right at this fence, so I can show you only so well. Got mostly flowers just because we knew we weren't going to be able to reach back here very well. So we've got the zinnias and the nasturtiums. We do have a yellow Swiss chard there. And then, like I said, the peppers. Got calendula up here. These strawberries, which haven't really gotten anything in a while, but it's still flowering, so who knows. It's kind of late in the season for those. These beans haven't really been doing anything. You can tell they're looking a little rough. So, oh, here's one. That's pretty big. We should still be able to eat it, but it's just going to be a little different consistency wise. I don't think we've eaten one this big, so I can't really tell you how it's going to be. And then more things for me to deadhead. Always deadheading in here. Every day, multiple times a day, gotta deadhead these petunias. It gets so hot. We really have just a random assortment of peppers here. As you can see, our labels didn't really work out. We kind of ran out of some and just did these popsicle sticks that we had, and everything's worn off them. So it's kind of a guessing game, which is kind of fun. I don't know, I kind of like it that way. All right, we're gonna take a little journey here to the flowers. So this flower bed has gotten pretty crazy for me. I mean, I'm pretty excited. It's kind of, I didn't know what I was doing, but I'm totally happy with how it's turning out. And I'm already planning how to kind of better organize it, I guess you could say, for next year. Well, when we expand at least all this space. I mean, I told Bruce eventually this whole half of our garden or our yard is probably going to turn into a garden eventually. So he knows he's going to have his work cut out of him because he is my builder. He does all the heavy lifting, usually. But I'm watching the kids, so, you know, all evens out. All right, we'll take a little look here. All of my cosmos. Do you see my little bee friend? Got this bee. Ah, he keeps moving. I keep trying to show you. But he is always all up in these bright light cosmos. He likes them a lot. Of course. Either way. These petunias are still doing good down here. The cosmos haven't totally taken them over yet. Still got these bright lights that just keep... I haven't really gotten too many at a time, but you can see there's one down there. Along with, oh, these zinnias are so cute. I don't know if you can really, with the little texture and the teething on the ends of the leaves, it just looks precious. I love that. And getting more and more bee balm. This is one of my cactus chrysanthemum zinnias, I believe. The petals are just slightly different, and you can see it's not quite that same yellow as the canaries are. Do have, hopefully you can see it with the sun. Another sunflower bloomed here. I actually decided to cut the one that was there off and put it in a gorgeous bouquet inside the house. But plenty more are coming. Got a whole other plant behind there. Another one that's trying to catch up pretty quick. Oh, here he is. Hey, little bee. Yeah. Oh, and they're kind of hard to notice, but they're a little brighter of a yellow. Underneath the cosmos here, we've got the, whoops, sorry I knocked it, the calendula. Those are really, really blooming as of recent, which is a lot of fun. Gotta get some more colors in here though. Oh, I have more garden friends. Let's see. I've got dragonfly. If you can see them. Ah. Oh, lost focus. Either way, he's right there. You little dragonfly. This bee's getting awfully close to me. Okay, more petunias, zinnias. This thing, it's still growing. I mean, this is probably at least, oh, I tried. This thing's probably, let's see if I can get it, is probably getting close to 15 feet tall, if not 15 feet tall. I mean, it's giant. I can't even tell you if it's trying to bloom or anything because I'm short, so who knows? Who knows? That's, I mean, I was saying it was probably the Titan, and I don't know what else it would be at this point. That's got to be the Titan sunflower. Oh, and if you can see back there, hi Molly! Our neighbor's dog likes to pay his visits. Hey Molly, how are you? How you doing, girl? Oh, you're a good girl. You can hear my dogs playing in the background probably. Oh, that is a big ant. All right, guys, if you made it this long, we appreciate you tuning in. If you have any suggestions or anything for us, anything you'd like to see in our videos, leave us a comment, let us know. If you like us, hit that little subscribe button and keep following along and continue learning and growing with us. And we'll see you next time.